body, mind, consciousness.
It's not enough anymore to try and attempt to master your life with your mind. It won't work. There's too much stress. When the stress was low, you could manage your life with your mind, right? But now we're pulled in 160 different directions simultaneously. And you got to get congruent so that life can come to you and you don't have to fragment to meet life. And that's why God put guys like you and guys like me and other women on the planet like us on the planet right now in this perfect time to break the chains of slavery. And these chains of slavery have been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And now the pendulum has swung too far to the left. And there's no more room. We can't go any further left, right? When the whole world is in lockdown, the sign and the message is we've gone too far left. Now we get to swing to the right. But in order to swing to the right, you have to be able to access humans who God imprinted as the new humans, which are quad rights.
That's it.
And fortunate for the people listening to you and me today, they're getting access to two transpersonal karmic beings that are both quad rights.
Right. That's it.
Because
And
this,
that's it.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, and that is, it's such a theme because casting thy net to the right, and going into the right hemisphere being more magnetic, the left hemisphere is more electrical. That's why they say, 5 to 7% of the brain, that's what, some of the smartest people are using. Well, but that is all in the left hemisphere of the brain, which is electrical. And if you know anything about electrical circuits, they have limitations to them. And past a certain capacity, they short out. Now, the left brain is logic, is reason, is all the things you've been indoctrinated into, and the right is opposing that. It is creativity, it is receptivity, it is passivity, it is surrender, it is trust, it is flow, it is music, it is creation, it is imagination, it is visualization. It's all these things that are, it's like for everybody, it's like if you never worked out your biceps and they were just in a cast for the first, again, this is a completely absurd scenario, but let's just say they atrophied out and then you tried to lift some weights. It would be so uncomfortable and so alienating to try to lift any weights on those atrophied muscles. And that is what is going on with our brains and our psychophysical process that we're in, because we are not well integrated into the right hemisphere, into this surrender and into the flow. We're programmed in an old blueprint. And when Christopher talks about us being quad rights in this system, which is, again, and I want to touch base on this at some point, which is that the ancient sciences and the ancients, they got it right. That's what everyone is discovering. And you know what? They started to discover stuff like this in the 1900s. And then boom, here comes another war to distract from that consciousness awakening. And in the 60s, there was another attempt at a consciousness awakening, more war, more distraction. But enough of these ancient teachings and sciences started to both come back into the Western or integrate into the Western culture for the first time, but also come back from where they were sometimes hidden or buried to be protected or lost or facilitated by a man in the Himalayas. And now in this time of information and technology and accessibility, you don't have to go to the Himalayas to hear some of these things. You can go online to a video like this where this brother and myself who have learned these are now creating platforms and formats for you to integrate them.
Body, mind, consciousness. Body, mind, consciousness.